And then when it gets rehydrated, you see it's starting to disintegrate right there. It's easier to get off wet algae. So I just foam. What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trev2323. Today we are using the Stanley 2150 pressure washer to get the algae off the boat. Cardinal rule, I always wash my boat before the algae dries. I didn't have time. There'll be some videos coming up where I haven't had much time right now, but it is hard as a rock. It's hard as a rock. I did wax it the last season, so I'm gonna try pressure washing right now before I put the soaker stuff on. This is Green Dawn. This is Griot Scratch foaming. That's the foaming stuff, to foam it, to rehydrate it, to get it going. I'm gonna see if I pressure wash without that. Now you don't want zero. This is fiberglass. You could crack your fiberglass. You don't want 0 degree, and you try not wanting to get it put straight on. So I'm probably going to start out with 25 degree because I know it is hard to get off. So the green one is 25 degree, and then we're going to start out with this. Let me see if I can put you somewhere right here. This is what I'm going to start with right here. So it's coming off a little bit, but to make that easier, I normally go ahead and man, the sun is terrible where it's at today. To make it easier, I normally just go ahead and I put Griot Scratch on it. That's Griot Scratch foamer, and that's Dawn. So I'm gonna do half side with Dawn, half side with Griot Scratch foamer. The difference for me with the Griot Scratch foamer is that there's wax in that. There's carnauba in that already. So what I'm trying to do is rehydrate the algae, let it foam, let it stick on, let the algae get nice and wet, think it is back in the lake, and then blast it off. Let me try to put you right here. More soap, I don't know which one is What I'm trying to do is rehydrate the algae. Rehydrate it is what I'm trying to do. So this is the Griot Scratch, the other side is going to be the Dawn. The good thing is this part is in the shade, but I'm just trying to get this a little bit moist again. And you get this moist, and when it's moist, it's easier to come off. It really is. If you could clean your boat at the lake, do it at the lake. If you could get all this off in the water, it's best to get as much as you can off in the water, because it'll just really come right off if you're in the water. Now this is the Green Dawn. The Green Dawn sounds like something cool, right? It's noticeably foaming up a lot more. Now to get under the front of the boat, you use your trailer lift. Not the trailer lift, but the, you know, the lift for the front wheel. Because the front is up pretty high right now, because when it rains, I want the rain to go all the way out the back. But if you want to get closer, some more of the back end of the boat, just go ahead and drop it down, and then the back end of the boat lifts up, so you get different angles to make sure you get all your algae off the boat. Now with that all the way down, see how low the front is? You get a different angle that you get a little bit more further in the back. See, all that's not hit, so now you get a different angle, so you get further in the back of the boat. But you want that algae nice and moist, because it's not like it's in the water right now. All right, the other side been sitting for a while. The sun, oh, I gotta do the other side of this right here. But it's been sitting for a while, and then when it gets rehydrated, you see it's starting to disintegrate right there. It's easier to get off wet algae. So I just foam it, and I foam it, I let it sit. I foam it, I let it sit. It rehydrates the algae, and you can see it's just wiping right off. But here's the trick now. This side is with Griot Scratch car wax. This side is with Dawn. No wax in the Dawn. So this may get it off better. Although if it does, I still gotta wax it. This is big time. Look at that. That's my fingernail. You know what the difference is also? This side was left in the on the sun side of the marina. This is on the sun side. And this right here is, it's gonna take some time to get this rehydrated. So let's start pressure washing the other side, everything we can get off. Then we'll re-soak this. Well, I'm gonna re-soak it one more time, and then I'm gonna start pressure washing the other side. All right, I got my 25 tip on, but you see it's drying already. You got to get it when it's wet. All right, this is with a 25. Okay, I'm at 25 tip. I'm not 40. I'm not 15. I'm not 0. Now that was waxed before the season with Griot Scratch car wax. The bottom was waxed with Aurora VS721. Let me tell you what you don't want to do. If you're going to wash it, you're going to wash it with a nice soft cloth. Don't get it scrubby, because once you get it scrubby, you're going to scratch your paint. You're going to scratch your gel coat. I don't use a scrubby on this at all. This is the first year I got barnacles on my boat because I didn't use it as much. Now this is not glass, this is metal, but this gets baked in the sun almost all the time. It gets baked in the sun because you store your motor with it lifted like that, so it's half in, half out the water. So that line is right at the sun, right in the water. That's where that line is at every day. This line is every day. So you see the pressure washer, mainly it's the pressure washer and a little bit of rehydrated. So I'm gonna go around twice. If I can't get some of the pieces off, I'm gonna keep going around to keep rehydrating. Then I'll get a microfiber with some Griot Scratch car wash and start washing it. See, it's coming off pretty good. And like I said, this isn't a 4,000 psi. I got a 25 degree 2100 psi. Taking my time rehydrating my algae. Then I'll get you when I'm gonna get my little rag, and I'm gonna start soap and water by hand with the Griot soap and water to try to get some of that out. If I were to do this again, I would stick with the Griot Scratch. I gotta get you that. That's Griot Scratch wash and wax. That's with the turbo nozzle, but I don't use that on the boat. I just use the 25 degree because I don't want to crack or shatter or anything with the boat. So I use the green 25 degree. I got as much as I could off of this side over here underneath all the way to this side, but this side was starting to get baked on, so I foamed it again, and then I'm just working my way around to the other side, because the other side should have already started to you know, start to get softer again, or dry. So here's the other side already. So you see, little by little it's coming off. I'm gonna get some hot soapy water and wash it. But this is the first year I literally got barnacles growing on my boat. Just barnacles growing all over the boat. Hair, barnacles. Pretty disgusting. You know, one way to get rid of those barnacles, use your boat more often. This boat sat in a slip. I used it 5 times during the whole marina season, and stuff just grows on it. I mean, it naturally grows on it. It's not moving, it's not getting any motion, so it just grows. There's more barnacles over here. Those are all barnacles. Look at that. And they'll just keep growing and growing and populating them. Pretty disgusting. Let me get finishing with this boat. So you see, I pressure wash it with a 25. I'm gonna foam it again, the whole thing with the Griot Scratch car wash. Get some warm soapy water with a glove, and I'll bring you out here for that. All right, here's the Griot's Garage car wax I use. And there's the spray on wax that I use. That's what I use in the season here, just to keep it waxed. And throughout the season, I just spray wax it. This thing really, it was so pops, it pops, it pops. It's just really car wash spray wax. The bottom, I normally use Aurora VS721 to wax the bottom, but it really didn't make a difference this year with the not moving it. So this is Griot's Garage and the microfiber. I could barely move my shoulders, they hurt so bad. But that's warm water. And so now all I'm doing is washing the boat like you would wash your car. I'm just washing the boat and focusing, like some of the stuff that you couldn't get off, you could with your microfiber. You're actually physically touching it. It's warm water soaking in, so it's easier to get off. See, it's easier to get off. But I got the majority of it off with the 25-degree pressure washer, and then from there it's just a little hand washing, like I did the section over here already. So as I'm washing it with this, I'm getting more of the stuff off of it because the water is actually sitting on it, so it's easier to get off of it. And then this wash has wax in it, so you know, technically I don't have to wax it, but I just give it a good spray wax afterward. All right, all the algae's done. I got the water line here, the hard water line. All the algae's off the whole perimeter of the boat. This actually was washed in Griot's Garage already. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. You see the color turn a little bit white, you know, sometimes from washing, and like this is where it rubbed right here from the buoys on the side of the boat. Sometimes this is where I keep them on this side, so they rub a little bit, and sometimes it gets a little bit white. Wax will clear that. Wax will make it look brand new again. You're gonna have to wax it, but right now I'm just washing it. So I washed this whole side with foaming Griot's Garage right now. That's what this side was waxed with. It looks brand new, right? Foaming Griot's Garage right there. Brilliant car. And then there's a spray on wax. This is this the clean as you dry? Yeah, that's the clean as you dry, or there's the blue one. So this one hasn't been washed yet. So I'm gonna wash this side right now by hand with warm water. Get all this done. Let it dry a little bit because that does have some wax in it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pressure wash the bottom. He is doing the washing of the boat now. I'm getting all the color to pop out now with the washing. There's a little hard water lines. You see right here, like it turns white. Every time you go ahead and clean it, it'll get your color back. But then once you let it dry, it'll turn white until you wax it. So after you're done washing it, when it's wet, you spray this all over and you won't get this white line back. But this is a hard water line. You see, with the wash and wax a little bit, I could get some of that off. That's a hard water line. It is hard. That's the line that sits from the above water to below water. That's a hard water line to get out. But this is just me. I haven't fully pressure washed the bottom, but little by little I've been wetting it. But you see, everything is coming to. Everything's flourishing. I've been out here about an hour now, but either way, this is me taking care of the boat. 2020 Bayliner Element. I love Griot's Garage products for my boat and for my car, although underneath I do have to treat with Aurora. This year the Aurora VS721 didn't help much. Aurora VS721 works awesome if you could go under your boat in the water to wash it. The algae will just wash right off. Once you let that algae dry, it's like an encapsulator. It encapsulates your boat and it's a nightmare to get off. All right, so the whole outside and around been washed in wax. Look how beautiful that looks. Starting on the bottom now, pressure washing. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. You could tell along the side. Well, got to be re-waxed again really good. All up here got to be re-waxed again. Oh, it got some wax on it. You can feel it. Wax on, wax off, huh? All right, but I'm doing the bottom part now. Get you underneath here. I got the pressure washer, 25 degrees. This is what I'm doing right here. See if I get you in there. I don't know if you can see it. But then I got my pressure, 25 degree pressure washer. I don't mind my pressure washer hitting this. I'm using this kind of like a puke cue to figure out where I'm going to get underneath here. See all the barnacles still? Man, horrible. But then today, I'm going to pressure wash it really good. And then maybe tomorrow or the next day, when this is all dry, I'll lay underneath here on like a piece of plywood. And then I'll kind of wash it by hand, like kind of spray wash it. Not really get drenched wash it. But this is what I'm doing to the bottom right now. Getting all that off right there. Maybe you can see it better here on this side. Alright, now there's the actual water line. As you see, it was green still and then it's gray. That's the actual water line. So I got all that to go. Alright. Oh man. Wouldn't a boat lift be so much easier? I'm literally laying in the wet grass doing this. Alright, sun went in. I'm getting cold. I'm wet. Done. Just a coat of fast wax. And then I'll be on to stage 2. Look how beautiful that looks. Fast wax. While I'm drying it, I am waxing it. Griot scratch. All you do is, it's not all the way dry. All you do is spray it. Then you dry it. And this stuff works miracles. And so as you're drying it now, you're waxing it. You're getting a nice coat of wax on it to help protect it from the UV. And this actually can go over everything, over the rubber, the stainless. It can go on everything. It smells amazing. And this will protect it as well as wax it. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Look at that. All right, and then I gotta do the over the springtime is when I wax the bottom of the boat. So I do wax the bottom of the boat also. So this is the little pieces that I couldn't get off right here. There is algae that you're not going to be able to get off. If you use Caranuba, you could get it off with the Caranuba and rub it in. This is the end of the season. The beginning of the season is when I give it the full detail because it's getting ready to go into the water for the season. I really do regret not being out there more often to fast wax it mid-season because the paint wouldn't have, not the paint, the gel coat wouldn't have faded if I would have went ahead and did it on season. So I've been experimenting right now, and I've been using wax right here and did 2 coats of wax, and it did bring a lot of the gloss back. See, that's how it was right there. See how it's faded from the sun? It's faded, all stained, and that was this right here. And I waxed it by hand and I brought all that back. So it's gonna, before the end of the season, I'm gonna get my son over here with me and we're gonna go ahead and do a good wax job on it. But for right now, I want it coated from the sun, so I'm just gonna fast wax it and I am done for today. All the barnacles gone. Nice shine down there. That's gonna fade until it gets a coat of wax underneath there, but I could tackle that the beginning of the season. All right, talk to you later. Subscribe, like, and share.